For some of you all, this is the first time you're hearing this information. Some of you have been familiar with this information that I'm sharing with you. Y'all are doing what needs to be done. Um, Carlos says Red wasn't on. So he came on over. Yeah, come on through. Um, I think Red will probably come on a little bit later. I'll text him and just tell him where the new link is for him to appear. But we had some technical difficulties, so he's on the other site. It's not his fault. It's definitely mine. A little mistake made with StreamYard this morning, but we'll work it out. And it gives those on the West Coast of the United States a little bit more opportunity to tune in. I know this is like 6 in the morning for them. And, I've gotten notes from people that they are actually waking up 6 in the morning to catch this show. I'm just sending this to Red right now. And yeah, he should be on whenever he gets on. And so, bless up everybody. Brother Anthony, you all set?
Yes, sir. I'm set.
Okay.
Set.
All right. So, what I've done for those listening, big up to the Sankofa Revolutionary Radio audience. Big up to those tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, and X. We've gone over the stock picks that I'm dollar cost averaging into, and I've actually added 2 more companies that I'm dollar cost averaging into. And I'll show you the names of the companies. So we'll just go over the names of the companies that I'm dollar cost averaging into as we speak. Literally as we speak, I'm dollar cost averaging. And we've got right now, let me just share my Robinhood screen and I'll go through each one. We like to do this to give an update every week just to show people where we're at. I've even front loaded on 2 particular stocks, and I'll let you all know that one as well. So, okay, number 1, that we are dollar cost averaging, which means that every week, every day, every month, we take a portion of our income and we buy stock. And we hold on to that stock for the next 5 to 10 years. And we've done the calculators and all that. And everyone has seen what the insane numbers look like. So if you haven't, just go to our past shows. You can go on Sankofa Revolutionary Radio's Facebook. You can go on my Facebook. You should see some of the past shows. And we'll be archiving those shows into a special place. Red Pill is holding them on Know the Ledge Patreon as well. But let's look at the SanDisk. For the last week, you'd have made 6% on your money, much better than Bank of America, 0.01% for 1 year. In 1 week, you'd have made like 500 times that. And then we have 23% for the past month. So you'd already made 23% on your money. For the past 3 months, you'd have made 220%, which is 3.2x on your money. And since let's move up a little bit, and this is an experiment I'm doing so we're doing this as a family. I just started dollar cost averaging these companies like a month ago.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you that, brother. Since this stock is over $2,000, is this it's a good entry point? I know we missed out early on this one.
Yeah. So the thinking is that it's a memory related company. And so the limiting factors for AI growth is energy and memory.
Right.
So any companies that are leading companies in energy and memory is what you should, for AI, and particularly memory, is something worth investing in, right?
Right.
So let's just say you thought that 3 months ago it was high. Well, if you got in 3 months ago, you'd have made 220% on your money, right? If you got in 6 months ago, you'd have made 754%, which is 8.5x on your money.
Right.
What I'm saying is it's just taking off.
Okay.
This AI and compute and memory is just taking off.
I think that's what people want to hear.
Yeah.
You're
it's just taking off. So 1 year, you're looking at 45x on your money.
Right.
And I just started dollar cost averaging a month or a month and a half ago, and I'm doing it like in real time with y'all. So anybody who's dollar cost averaging with me, you're experiencing the same growth that I'm experiencing, right?
That's a good point.
So that's SanDisk. Like I said, in the last week, you'd have made money. So a week ago from the show, today it's grown close to 6%.
Right.
Okay. Last month, 23%. 3 months, 220%. That's just 3 months. Like, you'll be happy if a stock does that in 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next company we want to look at is Western Digital. Western Digital is down today. Last week, it's down, which I like because I'm able to buy the stock at a cheaper price.
That's right.
11% for the last month, which is good. Last 3 months, you'd have doubled your money. You'd have 2x your money. Last 6 months, you'd have 3x your money. Last year, you'd have 9.3x your money, damn near 10x.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we're dollar cost averaging into Western Digital. We're dollar cost averaging into STX, which is Seagate, another memory chip company. And actually, the market hasn't even opened yet. It's 9:22 New York time. It opens in 8 minutes. So for the past week, the price has gone down 12%. I love it because I was able to buy cheaper.
Opportunities.
Yep, 2.83% for the past month.
Right.
For the past 3 months, you'd have doubled your money.
Mm-hmm.
The last year to date, since January, you'd have tripled your money. The last year, you'd have 6x'd your money. Not bad. We're also into MU, which is Micron. Oh, it's a stock that Baba Amafika likes.
Yep.
And we got 1 week, you're up 1%.
Some opportunities.
Last month, you're up 7%. 3 months, you're up 3x.
Right.
And you're up 3.6x for the last 6 months. And the last year, you're up 8.8x.
Wow.
Very good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, what's the other one I got? I got Hut 8.
Hut 8, yeah.
So we go to Hut. And we've got 1 week, you're down 9%. 1 month, you're down 12%. 3 months, you're up 120%. So you've doubled your money. In the year to date, 6 months, the same 128%. Last year, you're up 6x. Okay. This is a great opportunity with Hut 8. I'm also in a company called Marvell. The reason why I picked Marvell is because the CEO of NVIDIA picked Marvell to do business with, and he said it's the next $1 trillion stock.
I don't remember you talking about Marvell a whole lot.
Yeah, yep. But Marvell Technology is the company that I'm in. Let's see what Marvell does. Marvell, they engage in the design, development, and sale of integrated circuits. The products include data processing units, security solutions, automotive, coherent, DA. So they just got into a deal with NVIDIA. Okay. So that's a pretty big situation. And the CEO of NVIDIA literally gave you a heads up to them. So I got into them, started dollar cost averaging them. Last week, they're up 1.57%. Last month, 32%, not bad. Last 3 months, 2.8x. 6 months, 3.2x. Last year, another 3.6x. So I think it has a lot of room to grow. And so I'm dollar cost averaging into Marvell. What are the two that I'm dollar cost averaging into that I just added yesterday, and I front ended them because I've been doing so well with these stocks for the past year and doing options with them? That's AMD.
AMD.
Which is a great stock. If you've been dollar cost averaging AMD for the last 10 years, you've made a lot of money. So I've gotten it back into AMD. Last week, it's up 7%. Last month, it's up 13%. Last 3 months, it's up 2.6x. Year to date, 6 months, it's 2.5x. 1 year, it's up 4x. Not bad. And I anticipate that it's going to just keep going up more. So what I do, Brother Anthony, is I actually on AMD and Intel, I dollar cost average daily.
Oh, you're doing
So
daily? Okay.
I'm doing daily. So every day I'm
Strong.
buying stock.
That's strong.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day money's taken out of my account to buy a stock in
Right.
AMD and then Intel as well. So we've got Intel, another computer chip company. And here's the Intel is up 1.4 since last week, since our last program. Last month, 26%. 3 months, 200%.
Wow.
That's a 3x. Year
Now,
to date,
who's this again?
Intel.
Oh, Intel.
3.5x. And 1 year, you're up 6x. Okay? So every day I have Robinhood set, and the way you do it is you go to buy order, then you go to scroll down, you go to recurring investment, put in the amount, and I put in frequency every market day. So every market day, money is taken out of my account to purchase stock. And Intel
Right.
and AMD. The other ones I have set to weekly. These I just set to every day, and I did that because I wanted to see what the difference would be in terms of daily as opposed to weekly, right? So even if you have the same allocation for the week, daily you're really dollar cost averaging because you're just going with the daily prices and just buying whatever those prices are. Weekly, the price might have risen a little bit or deflated a little bit, so that's that's more time in terms of the price. But daily, you're really getting it. Like whatever the price is that day, that's real serious dollar cost averaging.
That's real. And by the way, we can do it too, Brother Heru. Take a point from your health program for Mondays. If we would just fast 30 days and save our money on food, we can take that money that we spend on food
and dollar cost average.
Dollar cost average, man. So
absolutely.
We can do some of these things as well.
Absolutely. And I always tell people, listen, that 20% formula.
Right.
So I'm more aggressive than 20%.
Right.
Like really and truly, if I was a single man in my 20s and 30s, like without a wife and children, I would do 80%.
Right.
And I've done like 80% for some time. And I've lived off 20% of my income. I'm just saying invest 20%. I'm not telling you people go as extreme as me.
Right.
But I've understood what was going on, and the whole thing is to get as much stock as possible over time.
Right.
So I had no problem eating, very sparsely for a couple months and taking that money into dollar cost averaging. It just pays off, right? Isaiah says, is Intel a 5-year play? Yep. Anything that you're dollar cost averaging,
looking long term.
Yes, you're looking at 5-10 years.
Right.
And you're looking to get a 10x bag. Okay. This is very, very important. You're always looking for a 10x bag whenever you're dollar cost averaging.
Right.
Over 5 to 10 years. Okay. And in these AI stocks, you're getting a 10x bag in 1 year, which is incredible. That's because it is the industry that's taking off right now. If you got in when the Google was taking off, you'd get your 10x bag in a year or two also. So I can't stress enough that like the AI, it's not all AI companies are going to do great, by the way. It's going to be the leaders, and you have to choose the industries that are in what you call the limiting factors. So the limiting factor is energy and memory space for AI, because learning models, they teach themselves, they need more and more memory or compute every week, every 2 weeks. They're growing so fast. So they can't even keep up with the memory demands right now.
Right.
So this is why everything is like flying so high, like crazy. So again, the methodology was simply, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to discover what markets we should invest in and what companies we should invest in. And so there are two questions. The two questions are, what are, the top 10 companies in terms of stock performance that are AI related in the last 365 days? Grok will give you a list. ChatGPT will give you a list. Number one will be SanDisk. And then below that will be Western Digital and Micron, MU, and all of these, right? Okay. And yes, high dividend stock to compound reinvest back. Yes, that is a great strategy as well. And we'll talk about that. Isaiah, he's one of the subscribers, my subscribers on Heru Trades, has made some pretty good money in some stock option plays. And basically, you'll have some companies that pay high dividends, and we can go over that. And I have some bookmark that you can get into, and basically they're going to pay you every like month or every quarter, or sometimes every week. Some of these companies will pay you dividend, and you can literally take the dividends and reinvest back. And some people, some wealthy people, they just live off their dividends. The dividends is what the companies pay out to their stockholders, almost like a salary. And I'm going to look at a couple of them. And so since Isaiah brought it up, I'm going to give some of the top dividend companies where you can, put your money and generate income, like cash. They pay you cash. Okay.
Right.
So we have those companies. Intel, AMD, I just added, and I actually front loaded on AM. What front loading means that I dumped, a decent amount of money to even start in the dollar cost averaging. So you can start with zero, you can start with a couple $1,000s. So I front ended Intel and AMD. These are well-known companies. These are companies that have been doing great for a long time. And if you dollar cost average any of those companies for the last 10 years, you'd have made a lot of money. And we can actually get into some of the dollar cost averaging calculations as well. So like I said, if you're making $50,000 a year, you definitely should be looking at investing $1,000 a month,
Right.
which is $250 a week, right? But so let's just go with that number, $250 a week. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share the dollar cost average calculator, which is stocktitan.net. And let's just say that for the last 11 years, I want to do 11 because I just want to do 2015. And you started in 2015. Let me see what we can do. Okay, let's say you did 2/01 2015, and I'm going to share the screen in a second.
All right.
So let's look at AMD and Intel. And this is before the AI boom, right? That's happening right now underneath our noses. There's a lot of things happening in the world underneath our noses as well. Africa is really dealing with payment systems in a serious way, integrated payment systems, and a lot of the money is being made in Africa is the integrated payment systems, and we're going to look at that as well. Because what I did was I looked at the companies in the African stock market because people have been asking. So we're going to see how these companies have been doing and how you can invest. Okay, so AMD, do you see this, Brother Anthony?
We got it up, man.
Okay, if you invest $250 a week, which ends up to $1,000 a month, and people say, "Oh, that's a lot of money you're balling," but it's not. If you make $50,000 a year, there's a lot of people making $50,000 a year, and their money is going to all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Right. All I'm saying is that if you're making $50,000 a year, 52,000, so whatever a year. If you're making $1,000 a week, you can literally decide that you want to take 20% of that money and go $1,000 a month and literally make a windfall. So let's just say you did $1,000 a month,
Okay.
right? Which comes out to 12,000 a year total investment for the year, and you put it into AMD. And you did that for 11 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, with AMD, and your
Yep.
start date was, let's say, February 2015. The amount of money that you would have is $6 million. Do you see that, Brother Anthony?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yep.
Okay.
Right.
And the total amount invested would be $164,000 over that 11 years.
Right.
And if you would have put that same $164,000 into AMD in 2011, 2015, and just left it alone, you'd have $35 million
Yes, sir.
if you front ended it. But if you dollar cost average every week, 250, you're sitting at $6 million. If you lump sum that money, and some of us get lump sums through inheritance, and we do all types of crazy things with it. But if you just lump sum $160,000, and if your family put together money and put it into AMD, the family would be sitting on $35 million. See, this is like, you may not have 164,000, but if you have 10 family members and everyone put their savings at 16,000 each, 10 family members put in 16,000 each, you'd have your 160,000. You front end that, and you all would be sitting on $35 million divided by 10, which is $3.5 million each. Not bad, right? For a family.
Right.
Imagine if you and your cousins decided to do this. You and your brothers and sisters and cousins and aunties and uncles, the serious ones, said, you know what, we're going to take 10 grand each or 13 grand each or 16 grand each between 10 of us. And we're going to put this money in to AMD stock, and we're going to hold it there until, for a decade. Well, you'd be all millionaires right now off of $13,000. You'd be multimillionaires because you'd have $3.5 million.
Right.
Okay, each.
Mm-hmm.
All 10 family members.
Right.
Right. And so it wouldn't be something like someone want to borrow money from you because everyone got, skin in the game.
Yeah, and that's what I encourage, man. Before I came on this morning, I think Baba Amafika Geuka was doing the same thing with his daughters down in West Palm Beach. Send them notification of what you was doing, and I think they may have called in, they may have joined on with you, brother. So yeah, a lot of families should be doing that, including your young ones, including your nephews, your grandchildren, anybody or a group of friends. Mm-hmm. So make it all inclusive.
Yep. And so let's look at Intel, INTC. If you'd have invested in Intel since 2015, I don't know what the number looks like there. Okay, you'd have $574,000, right? So you'd have tripled your money. Not as much as AMD, but you'd be sitting on $500,000. Okay? This is why we dollar cost average people. The question then becomes, okay, these are American companies, and you want to start looking at how you can diversify your portfolio, particularly to Africa. For those of us who, are so inclined to look at the continent as a buy because Africa is under construction. And those who actually know and travel, not people who have opinions from just sitting around, but people who actually travel and see the world, you'll understand that Africa is under construction. Mm-hmm. So the first thing that I did, Brother Anthony, is I want to know, is there an app that is somewhat similar to Robinhood for Africa?
Okay.
And it turns out that there is.
There is, okay.
Okay, and there's a website, it's called mystocks.africa.
Mystocks.africa.
Mystocks.africa. and I'm about to show you all.
Is that an app you can get from the App Store, or is it?
No, you just have to go online. If you have Android, you can. They don't have a iOS yet for Apple, but you can still do the same thing online. Now, what's interesting about this is that it combines it combines different countries. Oh, Red Pill has just joined us, so we're gonna add him to the stage. Big up, brother Red Pill.
Big up, brother Red Pill.
I think your mic is off. I think he'll chime in when his mic gets connected. Yeah, big up Red Pill and his audience. This is a very important site because what it does is it's like the Robin Hood for Africa. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all some things that I found out. So remember, we look at the fastest growing economies, the top 20. So what I did was, and this is how you leverage AI to actually start making smart money. Okay, so here's what I did. I'm going to share this tab. Do you see this, Brother Anthony?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so here's the question that I asked. I think Brother Red Pill got. Okay, I think he's back. A good Brother Red Pill, you there? Yeah, his mic is not functioning, I believe. Just chime in whenever you can, my brother. So what I did was I asked Grok this question. You could do it with ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever ones you're comfortable with. Give me a list of the top 20 fastest growing economies and highlight the countries in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Top 20 fastest growing economies in 2026 based on real GDP growth. Look what it says. Number 1, Guyana.
I'm going to guess that. Okay.
Number 2, Ethiopia. Number 3, Guinea.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Uganda. Number 5, Bhutan. That's in Asia. Rwanda, 6. So in the first, and then you have Libya and Niger, Vietnam, Benin. So let's just look at the top 10.
But before you go there, though, does any of that lineup surprises you?
Not me, because I travel.
Got it.
Right? I actually see the world in firsthand. I see what's going on. Basically, you go and you look at construction projects that's happening.
Right.
And it lets you know that there's growth happening. Construction is always coupled with growth. And so let's check this out. Guyana is a majority Black country in South America. So you can almost count that as Africa. Ethiopia. So you've got Ethiopia number. So let's look at this. Guyana, I'm counting as Africa. Just like if it was Jamaica, I'm going to count as Africa. It's a land full of Black folks, majority Black folks.
Right.
So Guyana, Ethiopia, Guinea, Uganda. So that's 4 already.
Right.
5 is Rwanda. 6, 7, 8. 8 out of the 10 is Africa or heavily African descent. 8 out of 10. Red Pill has joined us. Big up, brother Red Pill.
Big up.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yes, and I see your YouTube is on. So yeah, we're fully stacked right now.
Yes.
You always can give time for the Know the Ledge and the Know the Ledger folks to get on. I know that some of them are looking to get on at 9 a.m. Sometimes it comes on a little bit later, but everything is in due timing, right? So yeah, early rising on the West Coast. Big up, Julian. Yeah, man. So this information I'm gonna give you all today, everyone's gonna smile. Those of us who got our heads screwed on right, because what I'm doing is I'm giving you some serious ism right now on how to make money internationally. What you don't want to do is you don't want to put all your eggs into one country. Okay, things can happen with a country, and what we're doing is we are diversifying our portfolios by looking at where are the hot areas in the world to actually make return on your money. And it turns out that when you ask Grok, okay, this is not Heru talking. This is my question to Grok. Give me a list of the top 20 fastest growing economies and highlight the countries in Africa. So it gives you the top 20. They're here. And we go to the top 10. 8 out of 10 are African countries, including Guyana. Okay? Even though Guyana is in South America, it's a majority black country. I consider that an African country. But the rest of them are actually on the continent. Okay? Guyana, Ethiopia, Guinea, Uganda, Rwanda, Libya, Niger, and Benin. Okay? Then when you go to the bottom 10 of the top 20, you've got India, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyz Republic, that's some like old Soviet Union. Then you got Cote d'Ivoire, Djibouti, both in Africa, Tajikistan, Mali in Africa, Tanzania in Africa, Democratic Republic of Congo in Africa. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the bottom 20 are Africa. 8 plus 5 is what? 13, right? So 13 out of the 20 fastest rising economies on the planet Earth are African. Okay?
Interesting.
And a lot of you would know this from, the rumor and innuendo that people get, but because people don't travel, they don't know what's really going on in the world. And what's going on is the people who believe in return on investment, they're the ones putting their money into these countries because you always want to get in on a country when it's about to take off. You always want to get in on a stock when it's about to take off. So Africa is a buy, ladies and gentlemen. BUI. Okay? The fastest rising economies in the world, 13 out of 20 is in Africa. The top 10, 8 out of 10 are in Africa or majority African-based countries.
Question.
This is a big deal. 80%. 80% of the top rising economies in the world are African. Okay? 80%. Now we're going to talk about, okay, what do you do with that information? But we're going to take a question from Brother Red Pill.
I just wanted to know, do you think that they're somewhat biased in their reporting about the Sahel states?
Good question.
Well, they're just dealing with the numbers. So, like, they're looking at GDP and the rise of the GDP. And the Sahel states are here, by the way. Niger is listed number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Niger is there. Mali is here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
17, it's there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? So they're just dealing with the numbers. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Do not let anybody whisper or tell you not to do business in Africa or not to invest in Africa. That is a trick that they're trying to put in your mind so that you won't actually get ownership or participate in the growth of a growing continent. Right. And when we start looking at, don't let me start looking at what you call population demographics. All these European countries that some of y'all are in love with, the Asian countries that y'all might want to visit, they have negative population growth. They actually are going to go extinct in the next 50 years if they keep doing what they're doing, because what's happening is more people is dying than being born. The replacement rate is negative at this point. It's happening in America. The only thing keeping America in a positive growth rate in terms of population is immigrants. And Europe, it's down because, abortion's a thing. Women don't want to have children as much as before. And family is not sacred like it used to be anymore. And the only place where family is sacred is the African continent and South America. That's where you see positive growth. These other places, they're going down the drain because they actually don't have a replacement population because people aren't having children. You almost have to force Japanese teenagers to go on dates with each other. This is what's happening. A lot of people don't realize what's happening, but this is what's happening. So Africa is set up real nice for major boom. Okay? And those who know. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm gonna play y'all something for those who know what the vibes is, right? And we can have comments, and I want y'all to look at the numbers. Okay? I want y'all to look at the numbers because what's happening is a lot of people not giving y'all this information. And you're walking around, you don't realize that the world is developing. If you've gone to the continent anytime recently, you would know that Africa is under construction. And guess what? That's where you want to get in. You want to get in where Africa is under construction, and you want to be one of the families that's responsible for pioneering and growing an economy, just like the Carnegies did, and with steel and railroad systems like the Vanderbilts. And these are the legacy families in America. They were engaged when America was going through construction. When America was under construction in the 1800s, you had certain families who were invested in the building of America, and they are your wealthy families today. That's the Vanderbilts, the J.P. Morgans, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers. All these people were engaged in the industrialization of America, and their family is filthy rich till this day because they got in on the bottom floor when America was rising. And cycles repeat themselves, and right now that cycle is happening in Africa. Okay, if you don't know this, now you know this. I just gave you the top 10 rising economies in the world. 8 out of 10 are African. 13 out of 20 are African. And I gave you the list. Now, the next question that you want to ask, if you're a logical thinker, is, okay, how can I invest? If I see this happening and all these economies that are booming are in Africa, how can I invest? Is there a Robinhood type of app or place that I can invest in African companies? The answer is yes. It's called MyStocks.Africa. I just registered for them, by the way. They're giving you a chance, Brother Anthony will be excited to hear this. They're giving you a chance to invest in Dangote's IPO. Who's Dangote? Dangote is the richest man in Africa. He's a billionaire, and he is doing the industrialization of Africa quietly, where he's building oil refineries all over the place. So now you don't have to rely on the Straits of Hormuz oil to feed the world with oil. Africa has a lot of oil on its coast. The only thing missing was us refining, and Dangote single-handedly is doing it, and he's issuing an IPO for his companies right now. And MyStocks.Africa is allowing you to invest in a Dangote IPO.
Wow.
Just letting y'all know that this opportunity exists I've done my job for the day. But check this out. I'm going to go even further. So what did I do? I went ahead and I asked Grok some very important questions. Let's see what I asked Grok. Okay. Number one, I asked Grok, this is what I asked Grok. Okay. I asked Grok first. List the best performing stocks on the Ghana Stock Exchange in the past 365 days. Look what Grok told me. Clydestone Ghana. Okay. In 1 year has done 3,500%.
What?
That's close to SanDisk. You're doing 36x in 1 year if you invest in Clydestone Ghana. Don't let nobody try to tell you about Africa until you look at these numbers. People don't know what they're talking about. People are making a killing investing in Africa. Okay? And then they have SIC Insurance, is giving you 429% for the year. And it gives you a list. Then I ask questions. Ask some more questions like, hey, can I buy those stocks on an online platform? Look what it says. Yes, you can buy Ghana Stock Exchange stocks on online platforms. It tells you the online platforms. Okay? Then I ask further, because I'm not just interested in Ghana. I want everything. I want the whole continent.
Right.
So I asked, hey, what countries? It tells me MyStock.Africa is a place you can go to buy these stocks on a Ghanaian stock exchange. But then I asked, what countries you'll see what countries does MyStock.Africa cover, because it told me different places, right? And it says MyStocks.Africa. It says some platforms like MyStock.Africa or international brokers may offer indirect access, but for direct Ghana shares, a local licensed broker is standard. However, and it says MyStocks.Africa. And then I start looking at MyStocks.Africa. It didn't say MyStocks.Ghana. It says MyStocks.Africa. So that fulfills me completing my Marcus Garvey homework assignment, right? Which is building up our headquarters, which is the continent. So what I asked is, what countries does MyStock.Africa cover? And it says MyStocks. This is important for those on Sankofa Revolutionary Radio, those who tuned in to me. This is your moment now, because I set it up for you to start looking at stocks in the United States. And then, people have been asking me, hey, what about stocks in Africa? Someone asked me that last week. I told you I was going to cover it this week. Asked, answered. Here we go. MyStocks.Africa is a Pan-African investment platform that provides access to multiple stock exchanges across the continent through a single app or interface with real-time trading, US dollar settlement options, okay? And AI-powered insights. That's AI again. It offers direct access to these major exchanges: the Ghana Stock Exchange, the Nigerian Exchange Group, Nairobi, so that's Kenya Stock Exchange, South Africa Stock Exchange, and Botswana Stock Exchange. It also covers BRVM, which is a regional exchange for countries like Benin, the Francophone Africa countries, which is they call BRVM. So you can invest in companies in Benin, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Niger, Senegal, Togo. MyStocks.Africa. So MyStocks.Africa is known as the Robin Hood of Africa. Okay? They plan to add Egypt, Morocco, and Tunisia later. Okay? And so I start looking. And I said, on MyStocks, this is how I'm using AI, y'all. Y'all just can do the same thing. Look at the next question I asked. On MyStocks.Africa, make a list of the top 10 performing stocks, irrespective of country, in the past 365 days. So here's their list. Clydestone, Ghana, 3,500%. SIC, Insurance in Ghana, 430%. Republic Bank of Ghana, 565% for the year. And then the Nigerian companies, SCOA Nigeria, Jais Bank, Beta Glass, up 400%, y'all. Gold mining in Johannesburg, South Africa, they're doing 40%. I like to see higher. Botswana, Chappies Enterprises in Botswana has done 891% in 2025. Okay, so ask me what I'm about to invest in.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm doing right now.
Right.
I'm dollar cost averaging Clydestone.
Clydestone, okay.
Yes. And I'm dollar cost averaging, I'm going to dollar cost average the Dangote IPO. And I'm dollar cost averaging the Botswana company doing 800%.
All right. Say it again for those folks who may have some issues with hearing.
So based on what AI is telling me, I'm going to go with Clydestone Ghana. I'll be dollar cost averaging that. I'll be dollar cost averaging, because I'm diversifying, right? So I'm taking the top Ghana company. I'm going to take the top company in Botswana, which is Chappies Enterprises, 891%.
Okay.
And I'm going to do probably Beta Glass. That's looking like 400% in Nigeria. I'm going to do a little bit of due diligence and read about the company some more, but that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to be doing the top Ghana company, top Nigerian company. I'm going to be doing the top Botswana company.
Beta Glass, correct?
Yes. So what do? So you go to My Stocks. You go to MyStocks.Africa, which is here. and you register. I've already registered, ladies and gentlemen. And so, what do? We are going to look at some of these companies. I might have to log in before I can do a search. But if you, on my phone, I did a search. Let's see if I'm able to see Clydestone. About us, stocks, all African stocks, they have it here. And you can go Ghana, right? Oh, okay, so they want you to register, and I have, so I'm gonna log in, and then you probably be able to see the do a search for the companies, right? Because I already searched these companies, and it looks really, really good, y'all. Let me see if I'm able to see Clydestone anywhere. Here we are, Clydestone Ghana. See that?
Yep.
Okay, Clydestone Ghana today is up 8% in one day.
Okay.
Okay. In the last, they have everything here. So this tells you 1 week. And last week, okay, here we are. Last week, it's up 16%, y'all. In the last month, you made 56% on your money. In the last 6 months, you'd have made 600% on your money, 7x. In the last year, you'd have made 40x on your money. Do you see that? Do you see this? Let me make this bigger. Can you all see this?
Now, where are you? I see how to check on mystock.app. Yeah, we see that.
See this right now? Do you see where it has it 6 months?
No, we're not seeing that.
Oh, my fault, y'all. Y'all were looking at something else.
Yeah.
Here's the chart here. Sorry. Can y'all see this now?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Clydestone Ghana. Listen, y'all, like, I don't think you all understand this information that you're getting. Like, people pay thousands of dollars to get this information. Like, this is not information that's normal for you all, for people to get. But I'm just showing you how you can literally sign up for this and you can start investing in African companies that are doing explosive growth, because it makes sense that if 8 out of the 10 fastest rising economies in the world are African, it is now your job to find out what companies are the drivers of those numbers. Clearly, Clydestone is one of the drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And lists the money you'd have made with Clydestone. It breaks it down. 1 day, 8.4%. You see that? 5 days. Do I need to make this a little bigger?
No.
Let me make it bigger.
You can see it, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, let me make it bigger for y'all. All right, here we go. You see that?
Clearly.
6 months, you'd have made 600%, which is 7x. 1 year, 3,900%, which is 40x. 5 years, you'd have made 100x. No, 3 years, you'd have made 100x on your money. 3 years, you'd have made 100 times your money, because it's 10,000%. I mean, I don't know what else to tell y'all.
Yikes.
Anybody, this is why I laugh when people start disparaging Africa. Oh, you always want to talk about Africa and this and that, and we're delineating and this and that, and we ain't African and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And what I'm saying is this. Look at these numbers. Let the numbers speak for themselves.
That's right.
Okay? There's things happening in the world that people are not aware of, and they got you playing identity politics wars.
Right.
And you don't understand that people are investing and making a hell of a lot of money. And I'm showing you all the numbers. So people can say whatever they want, but the numbers speak for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You would have made 100x your money if you invested in Clydestone Ghana 3 years ago. That means that $1,000 would now be $100,000. 10,000 would now be $1 million. You'd 100x your money.
Wow.
$1 million would be 100 million right now. Okay? This is what it is. So now I'm going to look for the other companies that I was interested in, right? So we're going to look for Choppies. I want to look at Choppies and see how Choppies is doing. So Choppies Enterprises, this is Botswana. Choppies. Okay. So let's do Choppies. Let's see if I can see Choppies here somewhere. I do not see Choppies for some reason. Maybe it's coming under a different name. I'll have to look it up somewhere else. It's called Choppies Industries. So this is the type of due diligence that you do, right? It's Choppies Enterprises. Hold on. So it's Choppies Enterprises. I put in Choppies. Let me see. Let's just put in Choppies. But I'm just letting you all know that this is what I'm dollar cost averaging into. For some reason, I'm not seeing Choppies. So let me go on Google and just put in Choppies Enterprises. Maybe they're under a different name. I don't know. Choppies Enterprises, Botswana. All right. So I see their website. Oh, they're a leading supermarket. So that's what's going on. So that's what they do. So it's not necessarily tech, but obviously they're dominating the supermarket industry there. And let me see. If I go stock. Okay, this is the stock exchange. I'm on the Botswana Stock Exchange, y'all. And I'm going to share that screen with y'all. I just want to see what the prices look like. I wish they had a chart. And we can get all that together, but I would like to see it. Let's go marketscreener.com. I'm there. Okay, Choppies. Choppies. How you doing, Choppies? I'm looking at their, I need their 1 year, 5-day view. I just need the chart to tell me in the confirm. What I'm doing is I'm looking to confirm. Oh, okay. It says right here, Choppies. So I'm going to share this tab. So Market Screener, Choppies is actually doing 130% for the year. So you doubled your money. And 3 years is pretty stable. The growth is just happening now. The reason why I can say that is when you look at this, the 1 year equals the 3 years, which means that it just started taking off. Okay, so I'm going to look further at that, but definitely Clydestone is something that I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into. Clydestone, they handle payments. So what's happening right now with the integration of Africa and integration of African economies is that they're looking for cross-border payment systems, and that's what Clydestone is doing. And those of you all who don't know, Africa has been ahead of the world in terms of telephone payment systems. So when you go to places like Kenya, you go to Tanzania, everything is done on the phone. People don't really even have bank accounts like that. Payments are made on the phone.
And we're mobile first.
Mobile, yes. Mobile payments.
They adapted.
Exactly, especially in Kenya. And it's spread. And so it's become something that's very convenient, and people are leveraging those payment system technologies and making a lot of money and building empires with that, right? And so anyone who's been to Kenya, anyone who's been to any of the places, you would know about M-Pesa, right? M-Pesa is like probably the earliest adopter of mobile payment technology. And that's just how it runs in Kenya. You pay everything through your phone, like everything. You pay your utility bills, you pay everything through your phone. And so this is a very big deal that Clydestone is engaged in payment systems, and they are giving you 40x on your money in 1 year. Okay, this is someone says, but it won't accept my phone number. Try to put +1. this is a serious person. Tara T, that's a serious person. Tara T says, I don't know if that's a woman or a man, but Tara T says they're trying to register for right now. I'm in Canada. Okay, so yeah, just put in +1 or whatever, but you should be able to register in Canada. Most of the countries in the world can register with mystocks.africa. Okay. Just put in the area code and probably plus whatever the plus is in Canada. I don't know if it's +1 in Canada. I think it's still +1 in Canada. But yeah, put that in there. Someone said, what's the app's name? Just go online. It's mystocks.africa. Someone says, download. I'm on Android. They say it's an Android app that you can get for mystocks.africa, but you can go online to their website and do the same thing, mystocks.africa. Okay. So yeah, yep. A lot of people's ear itching, literally. Yeah. Like this is what's going on in the world and people have no idea, So this is what we call kinetic knowledge, like Pen 17. Yep, kinetic knowledge. That's what it is. Lay RTP, big up to you as well. And this is what we're doing. And you just use AI to locate these stocks. And I'm going to tell you all right now, what Dangote is doing is transformational. And the fact that you can get in on his IPO is a big deal. We talking about SpaceX, but the Dangote IPO is a big, big deal because basically he's setting up the technology and the resources for us to refine our own natural resources in Africa. Africa is the wealthiest continent on earth in terms of raw materials. What we've been missing is refining our raw materials, because what happened through colonialism and exploitation is that they treated Africa like a dollar store, where all of the, riches of Africa were looted and then taken to Europe or America or even now, some of these Arab countries, and then they refine our, raw materials and then sell it back to the world. Mm-hmm. So now Africans are taking our own materials and we're refining it ourselves and setting the world price. Some of the best crude oil in the world is actually Nigerian crude oil. And until you got serious people, Nigeria was importing oil because there was a lot of corruption happening and people who ain't serious running those countries. Now you got some serious people in charge with capital like Dangote doing serious things, where his refinery is like state of the art. And he's making a lot of money. And then he's been asked to do a refinery in Kenya. He's doing refineries all across strategic places of Africa. And that's why he's putting out an IPO. Fall asleep at the wheel if you must, but you'll never be able to say Heru didn't tell you about this opportunity.
Right. We got a couple callers, man. So let's go to the phones. And if you pleases you, we're gonna go to the phones and take a couple callers. Farmer John, you're on with Brother Red Pill and Brother Heru. And we'll go to you, brother Calvin. Brother John, come on in, my brother.
Yeah, man, I'm just amazed by this insight and information. It's like there's a whole new world out there, outside of the one that we've been exposed to. I've already created my account on mystocks.africa to an individual that was looking.
Right.
Our country code is 01. So if it doesn't work with just a 1, put a 01 before your phone number, and it should work. And I noticed that once I did this, getting an account value of 10,000 US. What is that about? I'm looking at that, trying to figure out that and how to be, how not to misuse it. So if you could share on that, that'd be beneficial. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The stock value of $10,000, Brother Heru.
What's the question? If you have $10,000, what would you do?
No, I think he received. Go
ahead. It says that the.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. So that's a paper account. That's when you're just trading using imaginary money just to see how you would do. You want to go to live. So when you go to live account, that's a real account. And then that's when you can start connecting your bank account and start buying stock. So
Got
you
it.
want to go to the live section. That is just when you want to play around with paper money just to see how you would do.
Got it. That's good stuff. All right, bro. All right, brother John. Appreciate your call, my brother. All right. Let's go to
Okay.
Chicago and brother Calvin. How are you, man?
Yes. I'm still trying to learn how to get on to follow you guys, to see the video, to see the demonstration that you're giving. And Red Pill, your channel just gives me a hard time with a password. I changed my password and put the information in, and I still can't get on. So I've been listening forever from on Monday and on Wednesday, a time with the computer and following you on these videos, demonstrations. I need that help.
Yeah.
So, can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, my brother.
Okay, so I mean, there's different, you can go on the YouTube, particularly Wednesdays, we keep it open on the YouTube. It's just sensitive on Mondays. We talk about health. They like to ban the information on health and how to reverse your diseases for whatever on YouTube. So we go to the Patreon. But right now, you can go, if you're a Red Pill, you listen to Red Pill Station? Is that how you found out about this? Or Sankofa Radio, or to me?
I'm trying to become a member of Red Pill Station.
Okay, of his Patreon. So yeah, he'll have to walk you through that. But if you just want to tune in, you can go on YouTube and just go to Know the Ledger or Know the Ledge Media, and you'll see the live going on right now.
Say that again.
Know the Ledger.
Go where?
YouTube. Just go to YouTube. You can go to Know the Ledger.
Know the Ledger.
Yes, or Know the Ledge Media, and you'll see this is the live that's going on right now on Red Pill Station, and then you can register for his Patreon for the stuff that we have to take down because of censorship.
So that's Know the okay.
Ledger, Ledger, on YouTube, and then you'll see this. Like you'll see it live right now.
All right,
So
brother
if
Red
you
Pill.
Okay.
Brother Red
Red
Pill.
Pill, you got anything to say about your Patreon you have a problem with?
Yeah. I'll have the brother have him contact me so I could walk him through. If he has a
How do I get you, Red Pill?
what he said?
How did he contact you?
Through email. Best way is through the email.
Could you give it to me?
Either that, or if you could send me, if you're on Patreon, you could send me a message through Patreon. But other than that, you could email me. I'll drop the email in the chat right now, and just tell me whatever the dilemma is, and we'll troubleshoot.
So he's not in the chat right now.
He's not in the chat.
Red Pill.
He's on the phone, right?
Yeah, he called in.
Okay, so if he has a pen and a paper, I'll spell it out for him right now.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay, I got a pen in my hand.
Go
Okay,
ahead, Red Pill.
it's the THE Mart, M is in Mary, A is in Angel, R is in Range, T is in Tree. The Mart, 1, 2, the number 1, 2, and 5. And then T and H. T is in Tom, H is in Harry at Gmail. That's the best way to reach out to me.
TH at Gmail.
Yes.
One more time, brother Red Pill, for the slow learners out there.
Okay. THEMART 1, 2, 5 TH at Gmail. Like the mall in Harlem across the street from the Apollo, the classic super mall, the Mart 125. And then we put a TH at the end at Gmail. The Mart 125 or 125th at Gmail.
The Mart 125 TH 125th at gmail.com.
Yes, that is it. Yes, sir.
That's what you're saying.
Thank you.
Okay, and because if you look at your page, that you'll see my name, Calvin Muhammad, you'll see it. but I just keep having a hard time with my password, and then it doesn't seem like it wants to go through. But I'll send you an email as well. Thank you.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Thank you, my brother. All right. All right. Please continue, Brother Heru.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all Beta Glass for Nigeria, right? Because that was one of the companies that was identified to us through AI. So let's look at Beta Glass. This is a Nigerian company, and I'm looking at it right now. I just searched it on my stocks.africa, and let's look at it. In 6 months, you'd have made 52% on your money. 1 year, 68%. But in 3 years, you'd have made 1,300% in 3 years. So you'd have made about 14x your money by investing in this company for 3 years. Now, what is my rule? My rule is I need really 5 years, I need a 10x. I need a 10 bag. I need a 10x bag by 5 years. The worst case scenario, 10 years. But you see that this company, Beta Glass, will give you your 10x. It gave you your 10x in 3 years. Anything that's giving you 10x before 5 years, you want to look at that carefully. You want to just see what business they're in, do some due diligence and all of that. But I'm going to be dollar cost averaging most likely into Beta Glass. And then let me see if I can find what is it called? Chippies or Choppies? Choppies.
Yeah, Choppies.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't see Choppies showing up, but I'll look for it on here. But we have some pretty good leads already. And so if you look at Dangote's IPO, you're going to want to really take it seriously because a lot of people are not familiar with the work that Dangote's putting in. And I think that he's one of the greatest. I think he's one of the greatest black men in the last 100 years in terms of what he's been able to do and what he's doing strategically. Like if Dangote, if you ever catch this, I see you working, man. I see what you're doing. And he's doing it quietly. And basically he's industrializing Africa. Like the Carnegie family did with the railroads and the steel, the Vanderbilts. These people are, the billionaires in America who help industrialize America. And this is what's happening to Africa. And it's happening quite quickly. And Dangote's definitely the leader because he's taking the oil resources. You see what's going on with the Straits of Hormuz and Iran. Well, we're going to start having some straits of Africa where a lot of oil is moving out in the world. And you won't need what's going on in Iran to be able to bypass that by directly going to African markets to get oil. It's very important. And this is the first time that this is happening because we've been taken advantage of as a people. And we've had leadership that hasn't been serious and has been in cahoots with our historical enemies. And now we've got, every now and then you get some serious black men and women who's about that life. We find them every generation and they become historical figures like the Nkrumahs, the Lumumbas, all these types of people. Now we have the Dangotes and these types of people who are serious about the development of our people worldwide. So I'm definitely investing in Dangote. Like he's proven to me that he knows how to make money. He knows how to make things happen. So I'm just glad that there's a vehicle for us to actually invest on mystocks.africa. And by this time next week, I'll be able to show you my stock portfolio of these African stocks, okay? But it's going to be Clydestone, it's going to be Dangote, and it's going to be one or two more. And what's going to happen is that every week, money will be taken from my account to purchase stock, and I'm looking for 10x within, really the way I'm seeing these numbers, I'm looking for 10x within 3 years. Like 5 to 10 years. That's what I used to do with the stocks when I started really getting serious in 2015 with Tesla. With Tesla, I made a 10x probably in 5 years. I'm pretty sure I made a 10x between 2015 and 2020. So 5 years, I definitely made a 10x with Tesla. With Bitcoin, I definitely made a 10x within like a year. Like Bitcoin was easy because I got in, you know, on the ground floor when it was like under $100. But this is your opportunity now, y'all. Like this is your opportunity, and I'm glad that people are excited. And I want to show you all something. So I'm going to show you all a. This is the actor Boris Kujo, who is half Ghanaian, half German, and there was an interview. He was talking, and you know, I think a lot of y'all like to listen to celebrities sometimes. So let's listen to at least one who's got some common sense, who's actually worldly and traveled the world, right? And not someone who's a jokester. So let's listen to this. I'm going to let's put in Africa. All right. So we have this Boris Kujo. All right. So I'm going to play this for y'all. Y'all should watch this and listen to this. So he starts off with this right here. Are you all able to see him here?
Yep.
Okay, this is him. And this is, I have some other, you know, good white sources too, if y'all need that, depending on who's listening. You know, there's investors that basically they're just saying that like they invest all over the world and their highest rate of return is from their African investments. Okay, listen to this.
Africa has the highest return on foreign investment than any other place in the world.
But you don't hear about
Of
that.
course not.
Of course, not. Right,
You don't
right.
hear
Of
about
course,
it.
the global average is 7.4. Africa is 11, right? So nobody knows that, and nobody thinks that, and nobody talks about that
Right.
because it's counterintuitive
I'm
to the perspective that they have.
I'm going to keep
of
it a
the
buck
concept.
with you because I've often thought about this, especially, you know, getting older. I'm going, you know, I want to invest in Africa. But then just being honest and truthful, then fear starts to come. Like, wait, what if this happens? And if that happens? And
What
I'm
if a
like,
line comes?
and it's because I think what ends up happening is that all of that programming and fear starts to come like, oh, you don't know, and what, and before you know it, you end up doing nothing, right? You end up doing nothing and not investing.
That's
And
why
so,
you're here to guide us to this. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, Nigeria's GDP is going to be $15 trillion by 2050. Nigeria's going to be the third biggest economy in the world.
Wow.
That's the truth. Africa right now has four of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world is in Africa right now.
Let's go.
Technology, AI, finance, infrastructure, real estate. It is booming,
When
right?
did you start
Because
Full
it's
Circle
all
and
about
why?
the numbers.
Yeah.
Right? We have the youngest demographic in the world. 40% of the world's youth will be in Africa by 2050.
Damn.
Think about that.
40%
of the entire world's youth
Yeah.
will be in Africa. So what that means for job creation, what that means for human resources, what that means for ideations, what that means for technology. Africa has 900 million smartphones by 2030. That's twice as many as America and Europe combined. Damn. And with fintech and everything else, everybody's doing everything on their smartphones in Africa. They've done that for years before we even started over there.
Before we did the pay by with the Apple Pay and whatever, they
were doing
In
that
Kenya,
before that. They sure
that's everybody's.
They were doing that. Yep.
Yeah,
I saw a
everybody's
whole
doing
video on that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right. So again, the work that we're doing is, and it's funny, people say, oh, it's so good of you to give back. I'm not giving back. This is economic development. This is investing. This is understanding that Africa is not an emerging market anymore.
Yeah.
It's a booming market in endless sectors.
And this is probably why you see a lot of the people from China starting to come into.
Not starting to come in. They've been in Africa for the last 20 years.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Investing, especially in
so we're just now finding out. Yeah.
Yeah.
For decades they've been very busy in Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important that we realize.
When did you start Full Circle?
2019 was our first year.
2019.
So we took Ghana from 40,000 tourist visa to 1.2 million for next year. In 1 year.
Wow.
So now that means we helped contribute 10 billion to the economy just through tourism and investment tourism.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember you invited me. I think it was last year.
Mhm.
And I wasn't able to make it. But I'm definitely coming by the grace of God for the next one.
You have a
'Cause
conference?
Yeah, we do a full circle conference where we invite leaders in business, sports, and entertainment to come and have
When does
these
it
kind
come?
of
When does it happen?
discussions.
It's gonna be-
Christmas, and New Year's. So
Yeah.
it's right after Christmas.
Is it out here?
No,
It's in
Ghana.
Accra.
Was it? Is it?
Ghana.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That might
You
be
never
the-
seen all the
No.
content that came from that?
No, yeah,
December in
Listen,
Ghana?
first of all, Ghana and Nigeria popping in December.
Yeah,
First
definitely
off.
December.
That
I was
was-
there
Yeah.
when I was in Nigeria a year ago, visiting my relatives. I met so many tech people. It's crazy, like the tech, and I was like, well, what about the government? It's like the government is still corrupt. He says we don't care about the government. We do what we do.
Yeah.
I have my it was all this tech people. Phil, my cousin's a big is a filmmaker in Nigeria, and I just went to some film festival and just meeting directors and just they're getting it in, man.
It's amazing what's going
Getting
on.
it in, bro.
And it's interesting because we have a partnership with the government.
Yeah.
But we're focused on the private sector, right? Because the private sector has the ability to move much faster. So it's much easier to get stuff done when you partner with the private sector and you get the endorsement of the government.
Mm.
So you don't have to wait.
So I'm heading over
Go
to.
through the
I'm
process.
coming to Ghana in December.
Yeah, we're-
I'm
we're-
com-
we're-
no,
yeah.
I'm coming to Ghana.
You should. You should.
We'll do 154 there.
We-
We'll do
Come on,
154.
let's go.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do.
We're
we'll
doing.
do
We're
154.
coming.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh
we're
my
doing-
God.
yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Because I think
Yeah.
it's important,
We
not
about
only
to-
that we have this
Yes.
podcast here, but we take this podcast and
Yes.
it's mobile and its mobility to be able to see this in
Yeah.
real life, because like you've just dropped a bunch of dimes
Man.
and just really kind of
What?
educated us and the audience on really kind of the capability, the possibility that's in Africa to even think about it. Because I'm an investor. I like to invest my money. I like to see money.
I don't
grow.
invest.
And well, then here you go.
I have. You guys are responsible dads. That's why I'm looking at y'all like.
No,
When
man.
you
but
said
you
he
gotta-
said 7%.
Man,
You
man,
go, okay,
listen.
7 to 8%. You be like, okay, cool. You throw out 11%.
But I don't invest
what?
in anything. I have nothing.
Well, we
Not a
don't-
damn thing. Not a damn dime.
You're just
Nothing.
talking about Nigerians in tech. It's a hotbed.
I would
There's
love
a
to.
lot going on.
I just want to be smart.
There's a
I
lot
invested a
going
long
on.
time ago. It was whack.
There's a lot.
But I want to.
But
that's
for people,
what I would like to
people, for people who are interested,
Yeah.
we have a platform called Full Circle Streamline Travel.
So that's just showing you like the conversations that are taking place for those that aren't aware. But I mean, there's so much more that's taking place that like I just laugh when people talk because you can tell who's traveled and who hasn't, right? And there's a lot of like people who got a lot of opinions that are not based on anything. In reality, it's mostly emotional. And Boris Kujo is making money. He's not worried about getting on the next Hollywood script. Trust me, he's flipping his money in very serious ways, and you see the numbers. I'm going to share with you all a couple of things. I think there's a lot of people, a lot of our brothers and sisters on the other side of the ocean are getting bad information about Africa, just like people in Africa get bad information about brothers and sisters on the other side of the ocean. So it's a setup. And so then the conversation, oh, we don't like each other. And, this one doesn't like this person. That one doesn't like that group. And like, if you haven't traveled, this is what you would think. But, even when I was growing up, when you would think about Ethiopia, they showed like starving babies and, and people with flies on them. And this is the image that you saw. So when you think about Ethiopia, this is what you're thinking, but they're lying to you because it's like, that's like, what it's like? It's like someone telling you about America and the only images that you see is like poor white people in the Appalachian Mountains. Like you think that's all America looks like or America is that like white people in poverty, hillbillies, right? They exist, but that's not a view of like West Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale or what, Manhattan looks like. So what I want to do, just for y'all's listening pleasure, I'm going to show you a few things. I'm going to show you me. This is me I posted this on Facebook some time ago, about 2 years ago. This is me driving through the streets of Kigali, Rwanda, just to show y'all what it looks like. Then I'm going to show y'all like Addis Ababa, what it looks like in 2026. Because I plan to go to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and probably be there for like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I want my son to go to school in Ethiopia. So one of the best things that I've done for my son is give him an international education. So he went to school in Rwanda for several months. He made friends from all over the world because he went to an international school. So he made friends from Afghanistan, from India, from different parts of the continent, from Cameroon, from Nigeria. So those are like his friend group, you know, like these kids that are international, and you're able to do that when you travel. So now he has a different view of the world than just the block that he was born on, right? So this is one of the most beautiful things that you could do for your children, is to give them an international experience to see the world. And you're able to do that if you're an investor, right? I'm going to show you all a nice little video. And this is just me. I'm in the car, and we just put on the camera, and we're driving through the streets of Kigali, Rwanda. Can you all see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just for you all to see the beauty of what these cities actually look like. So that's me. We are driving through Kigali in the middle of it all. I think it's better to hold it outside, or it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, this is driving in Kigali, y'all. See all the motorcycle men, they're just, you know, taking people to and from. Very inexpensive too. Most of the places, when you're driving with the motorcycle that you're going to, is like maybe 2,000 Rwandan francs, which is like $1.60. Sometimes it's even 1,000, which is like 80 cents. So it's even cheaper. Let's see if we can minimize the sound a little bit. All right. So this is what we call the area of Kigali Heights, y'all. Look how beautiful it is. And this is just every day in Rwanda, every day in Kigali. Just want to show you all what we talk about when we say that this is just a beautiful place to be, beautiful place to live, man. Look at the architecture, look at how they take care of the lawn, the grass, you know? I mean, look at how green it is. This is why I love being in Kigali. Now you're gonna see some even more beauty. You know, the landscaping is all over here. It's meticulous. It's meticulously done. Look at this. This is a nice walkway. You see sidewalks on each side. You see the beautiful trees, and see how the roads are just so perfect and beautiful. Just wanted to show y'all this to see what I see every day here in Kigali, how beautiful it is. I first came here in 2018 after the hurricanes in the Caribbean made me know that I don't need to be in the Caribbean during hurricane season. And this is what we see. So in this area, we went through Kigali Heights, and in the area that we're going to be going through is called Kimihurura. Okay, so that was just part one, and that's just me giving y'all some footage. And what I'm gonna show y'all is like modern day Ethiopia right now. So that was Rwanda. It's one of my favorite places to be. That's like home to me. Even though, you know, I was raised in the United States, born in Ghana, spend a lot of my time in the Caribbean. Rwanda definitely is like home to me. Like that's all of us, whenever you travel, you're gonna find a place that speaks to you, that is home. Home is not like you can define what home is to you. It doesn't have to be where you were born. It just has to be where you have the greatest fondness and feel the greatest amount of energy and belonging. And Rwanda is that for me. Now, I'll be looking to be in Addis Ababa sometime after mango season, looking to go to Addis Ababa for a few months, register my son for school. The question is why? Well, let me show you what Addis Ababa looks like. Can you all see this? This is Addis Ababa 2026.
Yep, we're checking it out.
So that's Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And that's just someone driving around. This is just a YouTube channel. And to be clear, the president of Ethiopia got inspiration to develop Addis Ababa to look like Kigali, Rwanda. Kigali, Rwanda is known as the cleanest city in Africa and almost like the cleanest city in the world. It's a competition between Singapore and Kigali, Rwanda right now in terms of the cleanest cities in the world. And so the leaders of these different African countries are starting to take note from what has been done in Rwanda. And this is what it looks like now in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The same Ethiopia that they made you look down upon when we were children and think it's just poverty. But this is what's really happening unbeknownst to so many people. So you're living like in America or somewhere else, you have a wrong idea of what's really happening in the rest of the world. The rest of the world is building quietly and people are building empires and making money. I mean, look at these buildings and look at the streets. So this is just, just showing y'all a little bit. I mean, y'all can do your due diligence. But this is Addis Ababa 2026. All right? This is where it's going down. This is where I'll be from probably September to December. This is probably I'll be broadcasting live from Addis Ababa. Probably be going back and forth to Nairobi as well, and Kigali, Rwanda. And just for videos, just for all to see. This is what modern day Ethiopia looks like. Okay, right, and then like Kigali, Rwanda, like you have what you know, like what they have is a car-free Saturdays, where basically they shut down the downtown and the whole country exercises. People come and exercise, and it's called Car-Free Saturdays. So I'll show you all a little bit of that. Okay, this is a video. This sister, the YouTuber, she says, "I nearly cried. Rwanda car-free day surprised me." It's because you see like unity in the country and people exercising together. This is what it looks like.
So,
Hi,
icyo dushaka ko
guys,
dufatanya
today's on
twese
Sunday,
yuko
and if you're in Kigali on a Sunday,
Yeah, car-free Sunday or Saturday.
dukorana n'izindi nzego
right?
twareka guhereza
So
abaduha
if you this
serivisi
channel, hello,
amafaranga mu
Nico
ntoki.
Lynch,
So-
and guys,
So this is downtown, y'all.
ubutumwa bukuru twari
and
And this is what people are doing. They're exercising. So no cars are allowed on the street during this time. And the whole country is invited to come and exercise. This is what Kigali looks like, y'all. This is what it is. And people are jogging. And one of the reason for this is because healthcare in Rwanda is essentially free. I think it costs like $1 or $2 a year for insurance. And the government basically said that if we're going to provide you free healthcare, you need to meet us halfway and exercise. So they have a system that they have set for every, I think, second Saturday, every 2 Saturdays, they shut down downtown in the country exercises. And this is what it looks like.
I know you guys might be wondering what exactly is Car-Free Day in Rwanda, Kigali. So basically, this is a day set aside by the government where people come together as a community to do their workouts. Could be running, walking, whatever exercise that you feel makes your body healthy. Then that's exactly what happens on Car-Free Day. And the roads, major roads, are actually closed so that people can have to experience this freedom of exercising without interference of cars, motors, matatus, whatever, or the buses and all that. So guys, stay tuned. On today's video, I'm gonna show you how I spent my first ever Car-Free Day in Africa, I would say, because I've never experienced this. And yeah, I feel like this is actually a valid reason as to why I should be in Rwanda. Of course, and you ask me why I would want to relocate to Rwanda. This is why, baby. I feel like this is the most, how will I tell you guys? Yeah, today is Car-Free Day, and
You can see it. I mean, this is
guys,
it's
this
normal.
is actually
Like,
one
this
of
is
the
normal
most
for
unique
Rwanda.
cultures that I've actually
You know, and you
experienced.
see it. Look at this. I'm
Guys,
just
this
showing
is
y'all what life
actually
is
one of
like
the most
in other parts of the
where you
world.
feel comfortable, and I mean, you enjoy the sessions. This is
Okay.
something that
And
I
these
feel
are
like I will
countries that
definitely
are
adapt
on
to
come
if
up
I
right
was
now.
to relocate to Rwanda like
I mean,
today.
there's so much more I could show y'all, but I'm just giving you all a sense of like the world is moving in a very serious way, y'all. The world is moving. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that you don't get left behind with the developments in the world. Start traveling, start seeing the world for yourself. Stop listening to the opinions of people who don't even have a passport telling you about the other parts of the world. It just makes no sense. And there are opportunities for you to 40x your money, which I just showed you, right? You can use the American stock market, you can use African stock markets. I use both. I use wherever the opportunities are, and I invest accordingly. And my goal is to hit 10x within 5 years, and we're on our way to doing that. I started dollar cost averaging again. I've been doing it for a while, and I just restarted with the AI. Businesses and the businesses that I just shown you all on the African stock market. So you want to look at Clydestone, and you definitely want to look at the Dangote IPO and a couple other companies. But just do your due diligence. Use AI and let AI work for you. Ask those questions. What are the top performing stocks on the African continent? How can I buy them? How can I invest in them? And you do it through mystocks.africa, just like Robinhood. So as you see what I'm doing is I'm diversifying my portfolio based on regions of the world, so that if there happens to be a downturn in one region, then there may be an upturn in another region, and I'm benefiting either way. So this is how I'm doing my investments. Really right now, in terms of the two best performing stocks in the last 365 days is SanDisk at around 42x, and Clyde, what's not Clyde, it is, I think it's, Clydestone, Ghana at 40x. Take that however you want to take it and move accordingly. So hopefully this has been helpful to y'all. I know that it's enjoyable to me. It's great seeing this, and I'll see y'all next week, unless anybody got any questions. But you want to do your due diligence, man. Start doing some due diligence and start spreading your wings, and don't tether yourself only to one place. The world is a big place. There's a lot of things going on in the world. You may want to give your children a chance at thriving in other parts of the world and having friends and relationships in other parts of the world and places you can go. Just in case it hits the fan wherever you are, you've already got foundations in different parts of the world, man. Africa is the future. I don't care how you feel emotionally, I guess, but the numbers are pointing in that direction, as Boris Kodjoe has shown you all. And, from time to time, I'll share that information with you all as to what I'm doing internationally. But you can make a lot of money investing in these countries have been artificially kept down, and now we're starting to build up the countries, and that's where you want to invest. So this is what an investor does. An investor finds out the runway and then looks for what's about to take off and what's taking off, and you want to get in before it hits the peak of takeoff, where it's in a holding pattern. You want right at the runway, and Africa's at the runway of takeoff. And that's where you want to, just like in 2000, Amazon was at the runway of takeoff. In 1995, Google was at the runway of takeoff. Tesla was the runway of takeoff in 2015. And as an investor, you want to be able to identify that runway before it's already taken off and it's already at peak velocity. You don't want to get in at peak velocity. You want to get in at takeoff. And so do with that information as you wish, but that is exactly what I'm doing with that information. I am investing heavily in the African business sector. I am making returns on my investments. I already have businesses on the continent, and things going on in the Caribbean. I like to, be worldly about what I do. But the point of the matter is that most people who tuned in today were never privy to this type of information before, right? While other people, investors, clearly know this information and clearly moving accordingly. That's why when you hop on an airplane to Africa, you see people from all different parts of the world, and they're going to do business. They're going to do business. And so if you are somebody who is serious about your money and serious about growing it, Africa is a place that you may want to look and get a return on your investment. That's what it's all about. So I showed you the dollar cost averaging figures today. I mean, we're talking about some companies doing 4,000%, man, in 1 year, 40x in 1 year, right? And I've shown you the dollar cost averaging, told you that I've started dollar cost averaging AMD and Intel. I'll share with you all once again what those numbers look like. AMD, semiconductor chips and all that. We know what's happening with AI. I will share with you all one last time. We can expect to see the same growth with Clydestone Ghana. But check this out. I'm just going to put this in for y'all. We're going to do AMD which is the company that I front-ended some money into AMD yesterday, and I'm dollar cost averaging on a daily basis. So every day, money's taken out of my account to buy AMD stock every day. Same thing for Intel. So let's just say that you did $250 weekly, which comes out to $1,000 a month, which comes out to around 52. If you have a $52,000 a year income, you take 20% of that and you invest that, that comes out to about $1,000 a month, okay, which is $250 a week. So that's where we get these numbers from. If you're making 50 grand a year, I say you take 20%, you invest it. But if you did that for the last 11 years, and you did it to AMD and you started in 2015, December 1st, this is the money you would have. In 2026, you would have $6 million. Okay? So the rate of growth that we're seeing with Clydestone Ghana, you're going to be making so much more money, dollar cost averaging. You're going to be making so much more money, dollar cost averaging, moving forward because of the AI boom that's happening. And it's not going away. AI is not going away. Remember, the limiting factors of AI is energy and compute space. So we want to invest in the things that have to do with compute space, which is memory in AI, and you're going to make your money. If it crashes, you're happy because you're able to buy more at a cheaper price because there is no turning back from AI. Anyone who's used AI, anyone who's a business owner understands the power of AI. And that's just the way that the world is going to be going. So this is your time. These moments in history happen every maybe 15, 20 years in terms of a disruptive technology. It was a horse and buggy in the 1920s. You know, in the 1990s, it's in
Television.
Yep, all of that. And so the question is, do you want to invest on the ground floor of something that's going to change the world? Or do you want to just stand by on the sidelines? Bitcoin was one of them in terms of cryptocurrency. I caught that early. I caught Tesla early. I caught NVIDIA in 2015. I caught a lot of them in 2015. Now we're in 2026 and it's AI right now. So the choice is yours, how y'all want to get down. Every week I show you how I'm getting down and these are the numbers. And remember, the goal is to reach $10 million. Why? Because I've done calculations and $10 million is FU money. So you want to get to FU money where people's opinions of you no longer matter. People trying to fire you from jobs no longer matter. People not hiring you you don't care about that when you got $10 million. And it's an asset that's growing. So it's not like 10 million cash. It's 10 million in stocks that keep advancing in value. So this is what we're doing. If you put your nose to the wheel and you start like looking at the numbers and start going where the opportunities are, this is where the growth is found, y'all. You know, and if your friends won't tell you, Heru will. This is where it's at. And so you can spend time, you know, arguing about celebrities, politics, identity politics, Democratic Party, Republican Party. You can do all of that, but understand the world is building with or without you. Question is, do you want to be an investor in the hottest countries in the world, which I just showed you? 8 out of 10 is in Africa, according to GDP. Or you can just play the sidelines and just, you know, watch other people get wealthy. But I got to get my beak wet. I got to get a piece of the action. I don't like other people getting action and I'm not getting any action. So it is what it is, y'all. Brother Red Pill, you got anything you want to add?
I'm an action star. I want to add that.
Yeah.
I film action movies, so yeah, I need my action too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a voyeur. I want to jump in.
Yeah, and someone's asking for a tour. So yeah, so out of all the times that, you know, I've been traveling around the world, people have definitely contacted me and said, will you do a tour? And they want to.
Let me help you with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me help you with that.
Yeah.
I help design a travel guide for you.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have a tour company. It's called Utopia Tours, but I haven't really done it because the time that I was planning to do it was during the pandemic. So that wasn't a good time. But I will be doing for select people. It's not for everybody because I'm not doing this like to make money. What I want to do is I want to expose people to the investment environment, the living environment, the educational environment, and the opportunity to escape the belly of the beast, to finally have peace in your life, and to be able to build a life for yourself and your family if you so desire. I've helped a lot of people do that, particularly when it's come to Rwanda, where there's thriving communities now in Rwanda of Black folks from the diaspora who are living there, and they'll never leave. They're not coming back because of the peace that they have. And you saw what Rwanda looks like. You see the culture, the exercise culture, and the beautiful topography of the land and the landscaping. I mean, Rwanda looks like that. That's what it looks like. I mean, I haven't even shown you like videos of like Lake Kivu and those areas where you look like it was like paradise. But also, they're welcoming all people from the diaspora. I can actually play a meeting that I had with other Black folks from Jamaica, from Brooklyn, from Tennessee, who happened to be in Rwanda when I was in Rwanda one time. And the government found out that there were a lot of Black folks from the diaspora in Rwanda, and they called a meeting for all the Black folks from the diaspora, and the foreign minister met with us. And he basically said, listen, if you're Black, that's your visa. I have it. He said, if you're Black, that's your visa to the country. Like if you need a visa, no matter where you are, and they told me point blank, if you got brothers and sisters in the diaspora and they want to come to Africa, it's open door policy. Come to Rwanda and help build the country and, be in a safe environment where the police ain't going to shoot your children. You know what I mean? And women can walk out at, 1 a.m. and don't have to worry about being harassed or it's a very safe place. And I want to be able to show people that in real time. So I probably will be doing tours to Rwanda sometime this year, only for a select group of people. I don't like weirdos coming. I just want people that I know are cool people. And I can introduce you to like the banking system, the bankers, even people who are looking for international employment opportunities, because there's a lot of tech going on. And so if you're a tech person, you can get employment on the continent pretty easily, and then investing. So I'm going to do that. It's not a vacation tour. It's going to be an investment tour. I'll do the same thing for Addis Ababa. I'll do the same thing for Nairobi. I'll probably do it for Dar es Salaam, and I'll do it for Ghana as well. We probably could do it for Lagos as well, but we'll probably do the first one in Kigali, maybe the second one in Nairobi, and then try to do Addis Ababa once I become more familiar with Addis Ababa. But yeah, that'll be all put together for y'all. So those of y'all who want to actually go see what's popping on the continent, I will provide that opportunity for y'all to come. You book your own ticket. We meet you at the airport. You know what I mean? Show you, Airbnbs you can stay. And we get busy. We'll have itinerary to meet, the banking institutions, meet government officials and, real estate people and all of that. And we'll make it for serious people. So I'll do that sometime this year, y'all. And someone says, is Burkina Faso accessible? Yes, it is. My good brethren, Dr. Obadale Cambone, is a good link for Burkina Faso. He's been there a few times, met with the government. So if you want to go to Burkina Faso and you want to go and be around good people, let me know. I have the perfect person for you, Stan. Okay? Twyla Hurd says she wants to go. Yeah, you should go. You should come see. You should come see it for yourself. And just go ahead, man. Go to YouTube and put in Rwanda 2026, Kigali 2020. That's the capital city of Rwanda. Go put Addis Ababa 2026. Put in Nairobi 2020. See what's really happening in the world, and don't let people give you rumors and innuendos, because that whole idea of Africa as poverty-stricken and this and that is from the 1980s and 90s of people pushing propaganda and not understanding that there's real development that's happened and it's happening, and you can decide whether you want to be a bystander or you want to participate in development of our beloved continent. So that's what it is. That's what I'm doing. Anybody who wants to join me, holla at me. HeruTrades.com. Those who want to follow my trades, You can register to follow the trades at herutrades.com. Next week, we'll be doing more health results. On the 11th, I will be in London, England, giving a lecture on reversing cancer, autoimmune diseases, kidney failure, so forth and so on. And just to let y'all know, I got a great phone call yesterday from a brother I've been working with for about a year now. And he was diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer. And his PSA score was 46. So anything above 4, they say you're at risk for having cancer. His was 10 times that. And we've been working. He gave me a call yesterday. And I picked up the phone and he tells me, I just got my PSA score and it's 0.1. So anything below 4, you're out of risk. And then below 1 means you're cancer free. He's 0.1. So we've got another prostate cancer reversal that we're going to record sometime this week. It's with a good brother named Ron Noel out of New Jersey by way of Trinidad. And we're just reversing these illnesses one by one and documenting it. And so for those who might be coming to the London lecture, we're expecting to have about probably in the double digits of people who've gotten cancer reversals using the protocol as well. And they'll be live and direct telling their story. So it's going to be historic. So this is what we're doing. And so we're, bringing value to people person by person in the health field and in the wealth field. And always want to thank Brother Red Pill for exposing his audience to this information and these types of kinetic knowledge and results in the field of health and wealth. We also give thanks to Brother Anthony Muhammad with Sankofa Revolutionary Radio, getting this information out to people as well. And this is what we're going to keep doing. We're going to keep showing you how to make money. We're going to show you how to reverse your diseases. And that's what we do here every Monday and every Wednesday. So hopefully this was a helpful show for you all. Next week, I'll be showing you the stocks that I'm holding on mystocks.africa. I'm definitely getting in on the Dangote IPO, and I'm definitely getting in on Clydestone and a couple other companies. This is what we're doing. Dollar cost averaging right now. We're doing dollar cost averaging with Micron, MU, with SanDisk, SNDK, with Western Digital, WDC, with Seagate, STX, and Hut 8, and then also Marvell, MRVL. And I've just added Intel and AMD to my dollar cost averaging. So I'm very aggressive with my dollar cost averaging. I don't, 20% is to me like the bottom floor, but really if it's like, I would do 80% if I can, because you just got money sitting there. You're going to spend it on liabilities, you're going to spend it on assets. You know what I mean? Like, you should be looking to minimize all of your expenses that are liabilities and funnel all that money into investments. Do that for yourself, and you're basically, your younger self is looking out for your older self. Your 2026 self is looking out for your 2030 self. This is the way you look at it. This is why we plant fruit trees. We plant them today. In 3 years from now, we have fruit. So our 2026 self is looking out for our 2029 self, right? And if you'd have started this years ago, your 2015 self would have been looking out for your 2026 self, and you did it with AMD, $250 a week, you'd be sitting on $6 million. I want everybody to be wealthy. I want everyone to be healthy. I'm showing you all the pathways. So let's get it, y'all. So Brother Red Pill, I'll let you close out. You got anything coming up that people should know about, Red Pill? His mic is off. Your mic is muted, Red Pill.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I always got some things going on, my brother. That's the key. Stay kinetic. You know what I mean? I think I might say I'm from Connecticut if anybody asks. I'm so kinetic.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I'm talking about. So today, as a matter of fact, it's the first of the month, and we're starting our new program, and it's called Get Built, and it's a spinoff of Get Money. And we spell our things a little bit different because we're doing things different around here. GIT, you know what I mean? I want everybody to get real familiar with the Get, you know what I mean, with the Get Down. GIT is derived from GitHub, and that's my new hangout spot. You know, that's my new, that's my new digital real estate. That's why I bees at. And GitHub is just changing my life for the better. So we're finding out ways to make money using GitHub repos and utilizing GitHub as a community. And what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be doing a weekly workshop called Get Built, where I brought a team of experts. My team right now, bro, I'm moving like the Knicks. I'm telling you, the team that I got, I'm moving like the Knicks. Like we are literally, we running for the chip. Like we want the AI championship. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like we are on the prowl right now. So I got a group of experts that build websites, that build apps, that build tools, they build skills, they know what they doing, you know what I mean? They dangerous. And we're gonna help our clients to build these repos into businesses. So Get Built is a double entendre because we're also helping people get their bodies built up. You know what I mean? So every day for the month of July, we're gonna be getting money and whatnot. We're gonna get right, get our bodies right, get built, but we're also going to be building up our stores, our repos, stand stores, Shopify stores. Look, there's 4 things because you got me inspired. So you know what I mean? Because I'm like, listen, the DCA thing, because I was already doing it, but just listening to how you laid it out, I made a commitment that I gotta get my DCA on. You know what I mean? It's DCA or die. So
Absolutely.
it's like I gotta create more income streams to feed that liquidity pool of my DCA because my DCA is multi-tiered. It's the AI stocks. You feel me? I want the war stocks. Now I want the African ETF stocks. So I don't want to be limited and whatnot. So I figured I'll build out these repos and I'll jump on everything that's hot right now. So these are my 4 ETFs, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we finna build for the month of July. USA 250. I'm geo-targeting trailer parks. I'm geolocating all of them. I'm dead at I'm white folks. You know what I mean? Y'all finna see me. I'm on your asses. I'm giving y'all everything Donald Trump, red, white, and blue, a dipset in the flag. I'm giving you everything flag. But I'm also gonna do America cut 250. So I'm playing both sides of the aisle. I'm doing America with the KKKA 250, where I'm shaming them, and I'm making merch for that. I'm making merch for USA 50 with all of the American pride, and they'll never know that it's me. And I'm also doing America cut, and they don't know it's me either. Then I'm doing everything FIFA. I already talked to my peoples in New York. They got the blank soccer jerseys. So all of the African countries that's kicking ass, I'm putting Moors on the jerseys. I'm throwing all of the players in Moorish attire and I'm putting them on the jerseys. And then I'm going to walk Times Square and get the reaction, go viral. Boom. I'm selling that. Everything FIFA. Then I'm doing everything Michael Jackson. I'm going to just leave it at that. No. The New York Liberty won last night. New York, the WNBA, they took the chip. So I'm throwing Brunson with the WNBA players, the 2 New York teams together by the Statue of Liberty. I'm putting that on the shirt. So I'm literally cooking up because that's what I do. I do apparel. That's like one of my money makers. So, but now I'm doing apparel where I don't press nothing. I'm not shipping nothing. I'm not going to the post office. Them days is over with. I'm not doing none of that. All I'm doing is designing it, putting it on some mock-ups, and then utilizing Instagram and all of those other search engines, and I'm putting campaigns behind. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start out with 100 a day, $20 on each $20 on each play, right? $100 a day on internet marketing, and then my goal is $1,000 by week 2.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm cooking, bro. And that's something called summer school. So we got Get Built, which is a workshop. This one time it's 4 of them once a week, but summer school is where we get together in my school community and we're going to be building, getting money and building, doing things like this, designing, building, iterating for about an hour or 2 live. And everybody who's a part of the Imaginarium, you get to, you know what I mean? You get to be a part of that. All you got to do is be a paid member.
Excellent, man. Happy to see developments, That's what it's all
got
about.
me going, bro. You got me going.
Yeah.
Don't a day go by where I don't take a sip of this goddamn olive leaf extract and just start plotting on taking over shit.
Yeah, and that's what it should be, man. We're here to inspire each other, and that is how we're going to all come up. Is that we all become wealthy together, and there's a pathway to this. It's a scientific pathway to it, and I've done it, and I'm happy to share it with other people. The science is the science, and the numbers is numbers, y'all. Like it is what it is. What I want to do, some people have been asking, so I'm going to share with you all the flyer to the London lecture. It should be historic. We're saying we have a lot of international listeners, so this is the flyer here. You want to go to globallegacybuilders.paperform.co, and this is they have a countdown going, 10 days remaining. The path to eradicating cancer, autoimmune diseases. We'll cover more than that. And the address will be the DoubleTree by the Hilton in London, Kensington, 100 Cromwell Road, Saturday, July 11th, 2026, starting at noon, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. So doors open 11:30. Try to get there. I think tickets are very close to being sold out. We may add another day, who knows, but try to get there if you can. It should be standing room only. Getting a lot of feedback on this. So I think it's going to be historic. It'll be filmed. So hopefully we'll be able to have that online after it's all done and set forth. But it'll be very good to see our people in London. I do actually have family in London. So one of my cousins reached out to me. She'll be there. Big up Eileen. And be happy to meet the rest of the family, whether it's blood family or non-blood family. Happy to see y'all in England on the 11th of July. All right. So that's the work that we're doing, man. And we're always looking for opportunities to bring value to our people, because this is not, someone said fractional stock buy the same as DCA for stocks. Yeah. So you're just going to have a monetary amount and it'll buy a fractional amount of the shares if it's, more than whatever you're putting in. So like if the stock is $100 and you're putting in $20, then you'll just get 1/5 of the stock, right? You get 0.2 of it. So yeah, you get fractional shares. So DCA is just basically dollar cost averaging. Another way to put it is blind buying every, week, month, day, however you set it to. You don't care what the price is. You just know that this is a stock that's going to take off in the next 5 to 10 years. So you're just accumulating as much stock as you can through dollar cost averaging. That's what it's about. And so that you'll be sitting on stock. And then when you're sitting on a sizable amount of stock, you can actually lend out your stock and make income from it. And that's another conversation. But someone said they just started with the sublingual, vitamin D and K2, magnesium. Yeah, you should see your energy go up dramatically. The vitamin D that we have, if you take a dropper full for 30 days, it'll increase your vitamin D score by 100 points. If you take 2 droppers for 2 weeks, it'll increase it by 100 points. So we have a very strong vitamin D, and a lot of people's illnesses are just due to ruined immune systems with low vitamin D. So we're going to raise that with the magnesium, zinc, selenium, and the vitamin D. So I'm glad that we could bring value to your life with the products as well. We may be making a B complex product as well. I'll see. I'll look at different formulations for it, but we may have that as well. So usually vitamin D, yes, the vitamin D is vegan. Someone asked. Um, I'll just show you all what it looks like. I would advise everyone you should have it. Step up your vitamin D game, step up your magnesium game. Those are the two main things that people are deficient in when you see diabetes, cancer, autoimmune illnesses, and so forth and so on. So we just reverse engineer success by stepping your levels up and making sure you're no longer deficient. So this is it here for those who are interested. So when you go to herbalresults.net, you go to the shop page, you'll see the book that you can download, Successful Eradication of Cancer Using Intracellular Parasite Theories, a book that I wrote, and I put together hundreds of scientific studies, put together many testimonials of people who reversed their cancer using an anti-parasitic approach. And then I have the full protocol in the book as well. Then we have the olive leaf extract products, and this is the vitamin D here. And as you see, it says vegan vitamin D3 plus K2, 1,000 IUs per drop. And then this is the magnesium, zinc, selenium product, and these are the other products as well. So order it gets shipped straight to your door anywhere in the world. We ship worldwide. We have shipped to Ukraine. I didn't think the Ukraine was, having postal service, but they actually do. I found out from a customer who ordered from Ukraine that actually mail is still working there, and it's supposed to be a war. But we ship all over the world. We ship to Africa, we ship to South America, we ship to Europe, we ship to Canada, ship to the Caribbean. We ship all over. So we wanted to create value for all of the people on the planet. So we've done that, and it's a beautiful thing. I will be going to outside to the orchard. I have about 10 mango trees to plant today. I'm looking to get all that done today. Yeah, we ship to Australia as well. Anywhere in the world we ship to. Okay, so you can order. We have customers order from Australia all the time, so we ship there. Okay, someone asked about the vitamin D. Is it important to take the vitamin D with fat or an empty stomach? Vitamin D is fat soluble, so it will absorb better with the fat, but we also mix it with MCT oil, coconut oil, so it's already have a fat with it. So you could take it on empty stomach. No problem. Someone said they started the protocol on Monday. But I'd be taking half a drop a day for 2 weeks. You mean half a dropper a day? Yeah, you could take a full dropper. It's fine. You're not going to get vitamin D toxicity. You take a full dropper and then always take it with magnesium. You'll be fine. You'll notice that it's a cheat code. Like if you are about to do any activity, like workout, or like right now I'm about to do a lot of digging right now with a shovel. I'm about to take my vitamin D before I start, because whenever I take vitamin D within 30 minutes, I get a boost of energy where I actually want to work out. It's actually a natural steroid. It increases muscle mass and muscle growth. So vitamin D is a cheat code. If you actually want to work out and see gains in terms of muscles and getting cut, always take vitamin D maybe an hour before you work out. All right. And so I'm trying to answer the questions that are up. Anyone got any more questions?
Is that pills or liquid?
The vitamin D is liquid.
Okay.
Yes,
like
liquid.
Drops?
Yeah, it's drops. And you just take the whole dropper. You take the full dropper every day, you'll be fine. Your levels will get up real good, and you keep it moving.
What's up with this sun that's kicking ass right now? It's heating up everything. That's a good one. That's good raid.
Yeah, the sun is good. You can get vitamin D from the sun. It's free.
I know about the vitamin D. I'm just saying this sun right here, this is.
Oh, right now?
This is a new sun. This
you
is
talking about?
I'm calling it king sun. Yeah, this sun is sunning.
Yeah. Well, you see, here's the thing. People tend to complain about how hot it is and what have you. It's different for me because I grew up in Chicago. And in Chicago, the summers are extremely hot with what they call in the winter they call it wind chill factor, which is basically the temperature minus, more numbers, and then you have what's called humidity in Chicago, which is like it'll be 95, but it feels like 110, right? I grew up in that in Chicago. I'm very used to that. So Chicago is a very strange place because it can be like the hottest place in the world in July, and then it can be the coldest place in the world 6 months later. Like, it's the weirdest place. But I grew up in that, and we used to play basketball outdoors when I was a kid for 10 hours a day at 100-degree temperature. So for me, I love the heat and I love the sun, and I literally can't wait. When I get off, I'm going to be outdoors for a couple of hours shoveling in the sun. They say it's like, I don't know what they say it is in what the temperature is right now in southern Florida. I can tell you it is right now 91 degrees, and it says it feels like 102, and it is supposed to hit a high today, of that 91. So we're over 100 degrees in terms of what they say it feels like, and I love it. So I'm going to be out there getting the sun rays and doing some manual labor, which is great for the body and the mind. So I look forward to it, man. So big up to all the people tuned in. Big up Carlos. Carlos came in early. Big up to everybody who's tuned in, and hopefully this session has been helpful to you all. We'll be back Monday with health, and Wednesday we'll be looking at some more wealth results. I'll probably look at Caribbean stock exchange opportunities for y'all as well. Since we covered Africa today, we'll look at the Caribbean, and we've done America for the last couple of weeks through Robinhood, but we'll look at the opportunities in the Caribbean. We'll look at opportunities in other African countries as well. I'll be doing a deep dive today and tomorrow, and I will be buying stocks probably sometime today from the African stocks. So y'all have a great day. Be productive, y'all, and I'll see y'all on Monday. Peace.
Peace, y'all.